Alright, welcome to Waffen Words, guys. It's going to be a little 5 to 10 minute show I do every once in a while talking about firearms. Alright, so the first one today is going to be geared towards you want to buy a used AK74. What to look for. Okay, you're buying used because you don't want to spend the money on a brand new one. Saving $100 to $150 on a used one is sometimes worth it if you can find a good rifle. Okay, here in Florida we have Florida Gun Trader website, and a lot of them get posted up there every now and then. And this video is gonna, this Waffen Words is gonna be covering the basics on what to look for if this is your first time looking for an AK-74, or a lot of this stuff pertains to AK-47s as well, as it is the exact same platform. So without further ado, let's go ahead and safety check the weapon. No rounds in the chamber. Weapon is clear. Okay. What we have here is an AK-74. Alright, obviously. When you get a hold of someone, or if you see this at your local gun store, it doesn't matter the brand, okay? This is not brand specific information I'm giving you. It's just AK platform specific, and then a couple of things are kind of 74 specific. So let's just say you find one online, okay, on like a personal, like the Craigslist of firearms or whatever, like Florida Gun Trader is. Okay, you find that, you contact the seller, you guys start agreeing towards a price, all right? Now, 9 times out of 10 on Florida Gun Trader, you got to do some driving to get there. So ask questions before you start driving, okay? Does it have any canted sights? Does it have a canted gas block? Is the rear sight block good? What year did you purchase this rifle? Were you the first person to buy it? Did you buy it brand new? And you ask that because, some of the older AK-74s, I'm not exactly sure on which brands, what all brands did this, or manufacturers, I keep saying brands, what manufacturers did it, but there is a lot of info on the internet, on the interwebs, hell yeah, you just say it, interwebs, where they had 5.56 barrels, okay, 5.56 barrels instead of 5.45, that's extreme keyholing. I don't want to throw any manufacturers out there because I can't remember exactly who it was. I think there was a few of them that did that. It was the earlier rifles. They've taken care of that now, so it's not, someone says they bought the rifle in 2013, 2014, 2015. You don't really have to worry about the wrong diameter barrel, unless it's a parts kit that some Willy Bubba made himself, put it together in his garage. I would think twice about that, guys, okay? That doesn't mean it's not right, just think twice about that. Alright, so the person told you there's no canted sights, no canted gas block, no canted rear sight, rifle's flawless. Alright, and you're like, okay, let's go. Let's go get the damn thing. So you meet the person, or you go to the gun store, one of the two, right? Go ahead and double check the front sight, okay? Now if it's used, the person obviously shot it. Who knows if they knew what they were doing, if they zeroed it correctly or not. But just take a quick gander at the front sight post. Hopefully that focus is in. See where it's at, okay? If it's centered, beautiful, all right? But, they're not really all that exact centered. That means that might mean they didn't zero it. All right, but if it's drifted to either side, that's fine. It could go all the way over. As long as you can still get your front sight tool in there to adjust the elevation, you're good, okay? It's a zeroable rifle. So do that. If there's no cants, continue on. Check out the gas block. Does it look crooked? I mean, they all kind of look weird when you're looking at them from the top or the bottom. All right, but you would be able to tell. And then move back to your rear sight block. Okay. Let's go ahead and take this off. And some of you might have seen in one of my other videos on how to check this. I can't remember which video it was. Oh man, the missus is gonna get mad at me for putting this on the couch. Alright, go ahead and break the rifle down. Take that out. Sorry, you gotta see my stupid head. But go ahead and look right here, and you should have an even gap. It's probably not gonna zoom in very good. Even gap here and here. Alright, now tell you if you have a cant in there or not. Most likely you won't. Some of them are bad, but not too bad. And then that's really not that big of a deal. The rifle's more than likely still zeroable. Okay, so all this stuff that I just said to check out is pertainable to AK-47s as well. Let's go ahead and get this bolt off the ground. All right. If I wasn't just chilling on my couch, having a nice relaxing day, probably be a little set up better for breaking down the rifle. Now let's talk about something to check that's a little more specific to AK-74s. All right. When you're checking out the rifle and you pop that dust cover, before you even take anything out, take a look in here. All right. Take a look in this spot right here and right here. Hopefully it's showing up good. If you see all this red, crispy stuff in there, all right, red flaky stuff all over the place, and it's red. It almost looks like rust, but it's not rust, it's just red flake. That is the sealant off of the primer on 7.6 ammo, okay? Corrosive ammo. Great ammo, awesome ammo, but if you see all that crusted up in there, not really crusted, it's just like red flakes everywhere. Every time that hammer and that firing pin strikes that primer, it knocks loose all that stuff, all that primer sealant, and it just falls all around in there. That means the person who owned this was shooting 7.6, and they obviously didn't clean their gun, their rifle, all that great afterwards. So it's not really a red flag, but that tells you to start looking closer at the rifle. Look at the bolt, look at the gas piston, see if there's any rust anywhere in there. Take the gas tube off, look inside the gas tube, look inside your gas block, see if you see any rust in there. Obviously look in your muzzle device. Obviously, if you're looking in here, make sure the rifle is clear, okay? And just see if you see rust anywhere. Ask them when's the last time they shot the rifle, okay? When's the last time they cleaned a rifle? If they say, man, I was just at the range Friday and it's Tuesday now and I was shooting 7.6 and I just didn't have a chance to clean it, you're fine. Okay, but if they said, oh, it's been about a year and you see all that flake in there, there's probably some major rust damage in there somewhere, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's one thing to look out for in AK-74s. Not so much in AK-47s because a lot of ammo like Golden Tiger has the sealed primers, and you still get that flaking with those as well. Not as much as 7.6, but you can. All right, and that's not corrosive ammo. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just because someone shot corrosive ammo doesn't mean the rifle is useless. Not in the least bit. I shoot 7.6 all the time. I just clean my rifle after every time I shoot it. Okay. So that's about it. I know a lot of it was basic. I'm going to put a warning in the front of the video that states this is basic information. It's for the first time buyer actually. Okay, or you might know this and you might be looking for a used one and there might have been something I said that helped you out. Okay, whatever you do, make sure you do your research, because there's nothing worse than buying a used rifle, used pistol that you just do not like, or it's worthless, or it's broke, or it's crap, or it's rusted up. Okay, so hope this helps. If you guys have any other ideas, go ahead and let me know, and stay tuned for the next Waffen Words.